Results have just come back from the DNA evidence found in the glove near Nancy Guthrie's home, and there are no confirmed matches to a national DNA database. Not great news. Investigators are combing through the 40 to 50,000 tips that have come in since Nancy Guthrie disappeared 17 days ago now. And they're working with Walmart to find out who purchased the backpack seen in that doorbell camera the night of Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, also that face mask as well. Joining us, MS Now reporter Alex Tabbitt in Tucson and professor at the New York Law School and former NYPD detective Kirk Burkhalter. So, Alex, that's bad news about the DNA, no match. Where are investigators taking this from here?
Well, I just got out of the Sheriff's Department after having an interview with the Pima County Sheriff, Chris Nanos. He told me that there are three main focuses in this investigation right now. The pacemaker, working with a pacemaker company to try to locate Nancy Guthrie through that device, the doorbell video, which you mentioned, and working with Walmart management. Now, we've also heard reports recently of fissures between the Sheriff's Department and the FBI. That's something that Sheriff Nanos pushed back on. I want you to hear what he had to say.
In our command post here and the command post at the FBI, we have county attorneys over here, we have U.S. attorneys over there. We confer with them about every step of this investigation. So, yeah, it is a puzzle. It isn't as simple as, again, it's not TV. It takes some time, it takes some effort, and I get the draw from the public, but I would tell the public that not every investigation is just opened up for the whole world to know and see. We've got work to do. Transparency has its drawbacks, and trying to be transparent opens the door for all these pundits to come in and attack.
And Katie, you mentioned that the fact that the DNA that was found on that glove approximately 2 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's home did not have any matches in CODIS, that's the FBI's DNA database. But in a statement from the Pima County Sheriff's Department, they did say that there was other DNA recovered at the scene, and they're analyzing that right now as well. Katie?
All right, so that's a little bit more. So, Kirk, when you're involved in an investigation like this, where do you go when you have no DNA match? Do you assume that you're not going to find a DNA match, or do you continue searching for what could be out there?
So I certainly would not make the assumption that I would not find a match. Yeah. This is kind of like a puzzle, and you're putting all these pieces together, and you can't quite tell what it's going to come out like. So it's quite possible that you might find evidence in the future with a match. Even if there was a match in the CODIS database, might have been a match with someone who had nothing to do with this particular crime.
That's true.
So, you hold on to this evidence, and you never know where it might lead.
I saw you, your eyebrows were raised when Alex was talking about the pacemaker.
Yes.
We saw a helicopter flying low. It appeared that maybe that helicopter had a device on it that was sniffing out the pacemaker. How does that work?
So, not very certain. I would assume that pacemakers, if they transmit, they don't transmit very far.
It's a low frequency. It's Bluetooth.
Very low frequency. Yeah. And my eyebrows raised because I don't want to Monday morning quarterback, but why hasn't this been done earlier?
Yeah.
Right? We knew that Nancy Guthrie had a pacemaker, and this actually was a health issue. And perhaps, in fairness, someone just thought of it, that it came up with the idea.
So, I mean, I know this is a dark neighborhood. I know that maybe a lot of the Ring cameras that people might have are set back from the street, maybe wouldn't have captured anything passing by. But there is a road in and out. And there are stoplights, and there are high trafficked areas. Presumably, there's got to be a camera somewhere. Are you surprised that they haven't identified a car yet? Maybe a car. I mean, because they know the hours that she went missing.
I'm surprised.
They have nothing?
I'm surprised there hasn't been more information. To your point, in this day and age, everyone darn near has a doorbell cam of some type. If it's even a remotely commercial area, gas stations and so forth, they're going to have cameras. So I'm a little surprised. And given the hour, of course, there's very little vehicular traffic, so it might be a little bit easier. However, it just could be the unluck of the draw, so to speak, that the area where the assailants traveled were areas without cameras.
17 days out, are you losing hope that this is going to get solved soon?
You never know. I would say as an investigator, you never lose hope because you don't want the families to lose hope, and you have to be dogged. It's certainly, and sometimes things look bleak, and when things are bleak, that's when something turns up. I think at this point, have to be a little bit of serendipity, a little bit of luck to intercede. I believe that the authorities have done everything they can. They're chasing down all these leads, even the really outrageous ones that are coming through the internet, and that's certainly bogging them down also. But the longer the investigation lasts, generally speaking, the less likely it is it will be solved.
And we do feel so badly for our friend Savannah and the family, especially with all of the, the internet sleuths out there who are pointing fingers and accusing the family of being involved in this. The sheriff had to come out yesterday and say that's all BS and they're not suspects.